Uh, Thank you, everybody who right now will be watching this a little later on today. Thank you for tuning in. As many of you know, I am Pastor Bryan Taunton of Christ Point Community Church. We're located right downtown Sylacauga. And many of you also probably know me by my other name, which is Santa Claus. I'm not sure you were aware of that, Pastor Al, but which is a job that I enjoy very, very much. But our goal today is simply to hopefully bring a little clarity and have some civil discussion regarding the recent alarm concerning Haitian immigrants in our area. So today, I've invited my new friend, Pastor, make sure I say all this right, Pastor Armando Jean Louis.
Except for Pastor, you could call me Al, but yeah, the name
Okay, we'll
Almond is Jean Louis.
we'll call
I've
you.
been called Pastor a lot because I do have that heart. I do have a pastor's heart. I minister to a lot of people, minister to pastors, but not pastor by any formal trade or anything.
We'll. How about brother Al?
Yeah. Hey, I love that,
I'm,
brother
I'm,
Al.
I'm,
That's
I
great.
love that phrase. But we have a community here, which brother Al is largely a Christian community, and I hope that by um, gaining some knowledge and some enlightenment, we can make sure that we move forward in and the Christian values that I believe most of our city carries. We have a moral obligation, of course, to be civil and certainly to demonstrate the love of Christ. At the same time, that does not mean that we are to be naive
Hmm.
um, and ignore the travesty that we see happening and taking place across our nation because of the vast, what I would call federal overreach, which is taking place, and a failed immigration policy
Hmm.
in the United States. But having said that, I believe certainly we as a city expecting most likely because people are still moving into our nation, we need to have a plan of action put together for this, some type of immigration um, policy for our own city in order to be able to move forward efficiently and effectively. So, with that, Brother Al, I would just appreciate it if you would just share a brief statement about your journey here to the U.S. And I don't know how long people will stay tuned in, but we're going to take as much time as we need.
Yeah, thank you
So,
so much, Pastor Brian, for having me today. I commend you, in that you are looking for answers. I mean, you're not just looking at the surface, of the situation, but to deep,
many are. There's many here that are,
yeah,
and that's
trying
that's
to,
why I wanted to do this today.
yeah, deep into it. It's a deep issue. I want to go way back with you to tell you what brought me here in the U.S.
Please.
I um, I have been living here since 2020 full time. My wife and I met on a mission trip in Haiti. My wife's from Minnesota. I in 2010, a major earthquake hit Haiti.
Mhm.
I was in college at that time when it happened in 2010, um, and yeah, it was a big one. Over 320,000 people were killed in that
Right.
earthquake. So after that, there was a big influx of mission organization that came to Haiti
Mhm.
to help with the recovery effort. That's when I met with Praying Pelican Missions, which is the organization that I'm currently serving with in the U.S. They came to Haiti, and my church was the first church that they came in contact with, and I was hired as a translator to help with the mission teams that were coming to serve in Haiti. And a year later, I met my wife. She came on a mission trip, and both of us were serving together on staff. And we became friends, and the rest is history. So we got married in 2012,
Wow.
had 4 children. We became the first full-time missionaries with Praying Pelican Missions in Haiti. My wife moved to Haiti to be in Haiti, and we had a very good and thriving ministry in Haiti. We were hosting around 1,200 people a year,
Hmm.
partnering them with the local churches. We had about 35 different local churches that we worked with across the nation, and that's how I got be known as Pastor Al, because
Right.
we're
Right.
meeting with pastors, ministering to them, and just helping them in the ministry that the Lord has called them to Haiti. I mean, over since 2010, I mean, all the way through 2018, when things started to change in the country, I mean, we were thriving. I mean, we were pouring a lot into the Haitian economy.
Mhm.
With mission teams coming, hiring drivers and cooks, and building schools and churches and homes for people. So
I
we were.
myself, I was in Haiti. I believe it was 2011. I
Mm,
was there with we were a part of the big missions event and brought several large speakers in. We were at the
mhm,
large stadium out there,
mhm,
and I was able to go in and share the gospel. And
mm,
I think it was two or three schools.
mm. Yeah, yeah, it was a lot. I mean, there were hundreds of other organizations.
Mhm.
My brother, I mean, he worked with a different organization. They're called Hope Rising, and they were established in the community where we lived, about 20 miles south of Port-au-Prince. So all of that said, we, like, as a Haitian man, I had a job. I love my country. I was serving my country. I
Right.
wanted to be in Haiti. And it was heartbreaking when we could not go back to Haiti anymore in 2018, when I mean, it was unrest after unrest, with government people trying to overthrow the government. It was a mess. But as a family, as my wife and my kids were born there. The rest of my family, we wanted to be there. I mean, we rode the storm many times. I mean, we had to evacuate via helicopter from our house because of
Wow.
roadblocks and armed protests and all of that. And we wanted to be in Haiti in 20 November of
That's all.
2019. Yeah, November of 2019. That's when my wife, my brother, I have 3 brothers. One's a mechanic, super handyman. One's a businessman. One's a doctor. And I mean, all of us brothers. I mean, we worked hard. We wanted to build our lives in Haiti,
Mhm.
and help our communities and help our people. Never wanted. I mean, I was married for 9 years, and I still held a tourist visa, because just wanted to visit here. I didn't want to
Right.
live here. People were shocked because that's very uncommon for a Haitian to be married to an American and not hold a U.S. citizenship, for that long period of time.
Right.
And people were shocked because I'm like, no, I want to visit where my wife's from, and this is home. This is where God planted me. This is where I want to grow and
Right.
bear fruit. So, yeah, so 2019, when my wife came, when she was pregnant with our fourth child, the 3 first one were born in Haiti, and people were shocked too because some Haitians would come here to give birth to to their children, but my wife as an American, born in Haiti, so we were kind of the odd folks that people couldn't really understand. Again, it's because we were okay in our country. I mean, we could function. We had a job. I built a house, and we were self-sustained with solar panels. I had my well.
Hmm.
I invested a lot in my country, to be able to build my life where God put me. Um, and same as my brothers. I mean, my little brother. I mean, he took loans, to build a business in Haiti. Sadly, I mean, people started hating him, and he had to flee the country, later on. And now he's thriving, in the with a business here in the U.S. So yeah, I still want to go back to um, it was really hard for a young Haitian to get to the US.
Yeah.
I was denied a visa before I was married because um, typically for a Haitian to get to the US, you had to, I mean, you had to be vetted. I mean, they had you had to prove that you have enough ties to Haiti that you would return to Haiti.
Mhm.
So as a young man, I was denied the visa because I could not prove that I had enough ties to Haiti. I didn't have a house yet. I was still living with my parents. I had jobs. It was actually going to be a business meeting.
Well, and
Uh,
you're trying to go through the proper channels
exactly.
to
And to
come in.
go through the proper channel, for Haitians to go to Canada and the US, it was really, really hard. You had to prove that, you have bank accounts, you have a
Mm.
house, you have, enough ties that would bring you back if you go to the US. So Haiti went through a couple of different periods way back in the 80s. I mean, again, the country was thriving. It was easy to get a visa. I mean, Haitians didn't need to leave Haiti because I have an uncle. I mean, he was in the refrigeration business for many years. Uh, you know, Helping, fixing air conditionings and home appliances for hotels and homes. The country was thriving, so somebody who had a trade could be in Haiti and live in Haiti and make money in Haiti. My uncle was well off, so I mean, he never even had a passport because it wasn't a need that he had.
No need.
So it was the same for all of us, myself and my brothers. Um, we wanted to be in our place, in our country. So, all that said, it was really hard for a Haitian to get a visa without proper vetting. So now that, seeing, even for myself as a Haitian, seeing this big influx of Haitian from Haiti here it hurts me because this is a hard one for me. My youngest child is 5 years old, and my mom has not met him yet.
Mm.
We've been separated since. Um, my dad lost at 66 years old, lost everything that he knew to the gangs. Um,
And that's the issue right now is the
that's the issue right now. My brother who's a doctor built a clinic and he lost it to the gangs. Um, so I do understand why Haitians are fleeing Haiti right now.
and you lost your
I
home
lost everything. I lost everything.
built.
I had to start life from scratch here in the US
You were literally run out of your home.
with my family.
Yeah.
So going back to 2019 when my wife left here, I kind of cut the story. Um, when um, she was pregnant with our fourth one. My brother, who's a doctor, told her, "Hey, the country is in a lockdown mode right now. You better go back to the US in case if there's a complication with your child, you better
Mhm.
be somewhere, she can be taken care of."
So even basic medical services
Yeah,
were
yeah.
delayed.
So yeah, so she came, and then in February of 2020, I came to pick her up. She actually had driven with her mom from Minnesota all the way to Florida to meet with me so we could go back home. But when January 2020, that's when kidnapping started.
Mm.
They were targeting mostly the middle class, anyone who they thought had any kind of money, any kind of connection with Americans, were being kidnapped. Matter of fact, the icing on the cake for my family was when my assistant was kidnapped, and they wanted $200,000 to release him on the basis of working with me. That's why they kidnapped him. So that
Mm.
was it for us. We were like, well,
How is he now? That's
he not well because he had to flee. He is currently in Canada, but his family is still somewhere in Haiti. So he's been separated from his family for many years. The hope is that he would bring his family back to Canada at some point. But yeah, it's a hard process. Like, that's the thing. When you want to do things legally, like I've been wanting my dad to come visit, my mom to come visit, my brothers to come visit, but I mean, we care about, for our personality. We care for the way we do things as believers. We want
Sure.
to go through the proper channel. But for 5 years, we've not been able to do anything. Um, so yeah, so all that said, we had to start life from scratch here. Lost everything, our house,
Let
our
me ask you,
vehicles. I had
let,
a big shop in Haiti, I do
yeah,
woodworking and stuff like that. I mean, that was part of our ministry too. So we lost everything.
let
And
let me ask you a question, because you came through the legal channels, and you're obviously you're working to get the remaining part of your family over here by way of the proper channels. Um, Many of the illegals that we see coming across, that are coming across the southern border, we understand, they're provided with a monthly stipend. They're given cell phones,
mhm,
and are basically transported um, across the United States by various means.
mhm.
Um, Coming into the United States legally, were you offered any of that?
No, no.
Yeah.
Matter of fact, I never wanted to go through that process because it's demeaning.
Mm,
Um, it is demeaning. I hated it. Um, and I can understand. I mean, again, there's nothing that will want me to do something illegal, but that legal process, the documentation that they ask you for, and I mean, I was the breadwinner. I mean, I've been the breadwinner for my family, and they thought I had to find a sponsor, somebody who said they had enough money to sponsor me when have been paying taxes in the country. So I don't know why, but they make the legal process so hard for people like me who want to go through the proper channel and do things the right way.
and
Um,
that's my big issue with, for the most part, the United States is a two-party state. We've got, I guess you'd classify them, the Democrats on the left and Republicans on the right. And I know when Trump was in office last time, he was about the border wall, getting the border wall done, and great. I mean, biblically speaking, if we do our research, well, God's cities had walls around
mhm, mhm,
to protect his people. But the idea of putting up the wall, again, I think that's good. But there's been, on either side of the aisle, there's been absolutely, they talk it, but there's been absolutely no real motivation or effort to modernize our immigration system.
mm,
And this is causing a lot of our issues. I mean, we're an immigration nation. That's the reason the Statue of Liberty is there. That's who we are as
mhm,
as a people. But yet we are so ill-equipped to handle it. And whether you believe there's a worldwide political motive in it or not, it doesn't matter. The bottom line is you know this year alone, I believe we've had roughly 11 million people
mm,
come across the border, the southern border. We have no idea how many have come um, from Haiti and from the Caribbean through the Miami, through the port there. Um, and they're basically they're coming in such a large number on rafts that they're just basically giving them, I guess, the Biden pardon, work permit status. They don't use the word work visa, but they use,
mhm,
they give them a work permit, and then just allow them to come through. So there's no real vetting
mm,
like what you went through.
mm,
Um, and I think that is part of what the quandary that we have in our city today. We thank you for reminding us, because people need to know and understand that immigrant does not necessarily mean illegal immigrant,
no.
and it doesn't mean that someone has ill intent in such cases such as yours, it means I'm a survivor. I'm trying to, in God's grace, I'm trying to survive and provide for my family in the best way that I can. So I think it's important that folks in our community is, you know, we're a community of 12,000, a little over 12,000 people, 12 at the most 12,3, I think.
Hmm.
And you know, you see what's happening, and I know we're going to talk about that in a minute, but you see what's happening in Springfield and other areas, Aurora, Colorado, um, and there's this great influx of immigrants into a city, and cities just simply do not have the infrastructure and are so ill-equipped to handle this situation. So the community begins to enter an uproar because they're in a panic because, you know, at first look, when people first come into your city, well, you know, are they true asylum seekers trying to provide for their family and they want to live in peace and contribute to the community? Or are they a part of the gangs which are in Haiti who are coming over here to try to expand their territory and footprint?
Yeah, I mean, these are all legitimate concerns and questions that you should ask. I mean, even in the community where I lived in Haiti, we were cautious about who were coming in because we knew that there were some areas in Haiti where, you know, it's sadly people who've been taken advantage of by politicians who've been armed, and there's no education and there's no, so whenever we saw new faces in our community in Haiti, we were questioning, like, who are those people, what
Sure.
are going to be their contributions, to our community. So those are legitimate concern, and I think anybody who cares for their community, for their country, have the right to ask those questions. And let me tell you, Pastor Brian, I do understand, back in the days, because of my love for Haiti, I was like, I lost my best friend. We were in high school together.
Mhm.
And when he left Haiti, I was mad at him. I was like, dude, we are the young people who will, you know, who have an education. We should be here helping our country grow. I was mad at him. So we were not in communication. I had to apologize, to him when I had to leave Haiti because of,
Mhm.
the situation. Back then it wasn't so, but now I do understand why people are leaving Haiti. My dad is 63, 66 years old. This is the first time I've ever heard him say, if I could leave, I would.
Wow.
That is hard. I have a neighbor. My dad has a friend who's um, 88 years old and recently lost his house. Everything that he's known. 88 years old, had to leave his house to the gangs. So it is an absolute desperate situation. But at the same time, there has to be proper vetting. Like you said, who knows if those people are not connected to the gangs? And now they can go to Walmart and buy guns, and they can just shop for guns online. Who knows what kind of connection? Because the gangs are getting stronger. They have
Yes.
no opposition. They have no opposition. They're taking territories. They have guns coming in. They have airstrips. They have no border control in Haiti. It's free
And
game.
and
And
they're backed by people with resources,
exactly.
have
And
large amounts of
I
resources.
do believe, Pastor Brian, there could be a sustainable solution, and it's not taking Haitians out of Haiti. That is not the sustainable solution because there's no middle class left in Haiti right now. I mean, people with a job, with skills, like myself, with an education, with a family that they care for. They're in Canada. They're here in the U.S. They're the working class here in the U.S. There's none left in Haiti. So you have all kinds of, um, I mean, people are people, and I'm so thankful that as a pastor, you're looking at how can I reach those souls for the Lord. I mean, that's our
Yeah.
ultimate calling as believers. But for we're still in the flesh, we're still in the world, we still have to be good stewards of our communities, of our resources. And I think it's a legitimate concern that you all have to be asking, hey, how have those people been vetted, you know what is the ultimate goal of them being in our community?
And that's a
And
large, most of the issue is the fact that even our local politicians, our state representatives, Washington does not give them answers. There's, you know, and I think a large part of that is just simply the fact, well, quite frankly, once they make it through the border, they have no earthly idea where they go or where they're transported to. They are get on a bus, or they somehow find a way to various areas of our nation. Um, but would you not say also that largely that the United States is in part when they could offer solutions, have contributed to the problems there? When we see what happened with the Clintons when they came in to, quote, give aid after the earthquake.
Mm-hmm.
What did you see happen there? What are your feelings on that?
And you know, that has been the the main reason why there is a reluctancy to any kind of U.S. intervention in Haiti, because it goes way back. It goes way back to the U.S. occupation in Haiti back in 1915. You know,
Right.
it was all political. It was all exploitation. You know, and then you had the UN coming in as peacekeepers, and then it became corrupt. I mean, Haiti was paying $800 million a year, to keep those peacekeepers. But then cholera came. I mean, it's all politics. I mean, as a nation, we've never felt like um, the international community had our backs. It's always left us with questions, wondering, do they care for us or for the resources that we have as a nation? It's
Well, they
always
would enter in. They enter in under the guile that we're here to protect you. We're here to help you. We're here to give you assistance, leadership, and guidance, and support you. But the end result is on the back end they were raping the nation.
exactly. That's sadly the feeling that we've always felt: being violated, being raped, being taken advantage of as a nation. Never, hey, we've got your back. We're going to fight for you. We're going to fight for your country. Because what we say in Haiti is always, Haiti is too rich to be poor. Haiti has a climate. Haiti is essentially agricultural. Um, we can make enough food, to feed ourselves as a nation. But then you heard recently that the Clinton had to um, apologize for killing the Haitian rice to bring in, foreign rice into the country, because it helps. It helps the little 2% of what we call bourgeois in Haiti, the upper class who own all the supermarkets, who own import and export. They're backed up at the detriment of the majority of the population. So I don't think there's gonna be. I think the best way, if anything, if those of you who are watching remember anything from this call, is that the best way you can help Haiti now is join with the Haitians that are here, not to chew them back, because there's no hope in Haiti for a Haitian right now. But
Right.
at the same time, there could be hope. Haiti is a beautiful country. Haiti has, I mean, tourism was back in the 80s. I mean, it's funny that people are looking back at the dictatorship era back in the 80s. Like my dad's generation calls that generation the golden era for Haiti, because there was order.
Hmm.
There was order in the nation. The dictators had, as long as you kept your nose out of politics, you were fine. There was order. People who had skills, people who had an education, could live and function well in the country. But because of corruption, again, we always feel like the international community. Looks like we started over.
Yeah, it looks like we signed off and started over, so I'll need to rejoin uh, that
Mhm.
video. but we will. I'll splice those two videos together.
Yeah.
I'm not sure quite what happened there. Well, to come back to full circle to what you were saying concerning the Clintons and others who have come in, and there are others, many others who have come in, but even now they're still mining resources out of Haiti, correct?
Yeah, I mean, there was a discovery that there's a gold mine that's worth $21 billion. I mean, I think it's one of the Clinton's brothers who's mining it. Even after all the money that went missing after the earthquake on behalf of the
Right.
Haitians. I mean, that's public knowledge. It's nothing that's been hidden. So yeah, so there has to be something, and like I said, I do think that if the U.S. was really willing to help Haiti, to help with this crisis, with this immigration crisis, it's not deportation, because I mean, you hear people who get deported 5 times and they still find a way to get back in
Right.
because of desperation, because they go back to Haiti. There's nothing. I mean, their lives are in the line. The gangs have no mercy. People have lost everything they've had, like myself. Like if I had were to go back to Haiti, I mean, I'd have to find a way to get what I lost back. I mean, that's not easy. I mean, I'd have to
Right.
start life in a different community right now. But at the same time, I have my property. I have my house. I have, that had everything in it that's been stolen and destroyed by the gangs. So, um, like I was saying, if there's one thing that those communities that are asking questions, that are concerned, about their safety, about their well-being, I think it would be joining with my voice and other voices for the U.S. to actually do something that will benefit the Haitian people.
I
And
think
that,
to I think in order to make that happen, I'm not going to certainly I'm not telling anyone who to vote for, because quite frankly, neither one of the candidates are at the top of my list. But having said that, we do know, I'm confident that there is one party that we could possibly work with in that. And so I would encourage everyone who sees this video to, here we're in Alabama. It's a red state. I would encourage people to contact people who are in their friends and family who are in those swing states, and encourage them to make the right decision, make the right choice this election, so that we can develop a uniformed cry. I think that's what Haiti is missing, is a uniform cry of many people who are joined together with true Haitian refugees, and that's truly what they are. They are refugees. They're trying to find refuge
absolutely.
where they can just exist and live in peace. But we can still have joint solidarity in that we are working toward, you know, a correction in Haiti, and the U.S. could have a large part in that. There's no reason,
Absolutely.
it wouldn't take much military in there to shut down those gangs.
No, in my opinion, no. The gangs are feeling powerful right now because, I mean, Haiti has a gun embargo. So even the police, national police, cannot buy guns from the US.
But
But
the
you
gangs
have,
have them.
but the gangs, exactly, they get
Yeah.
them. So that's why they feel powerful. They now, whenever they take over a community, what they do, they destroy the police station. That's the first thing they do. They bulldoze the police station, because they know there's no resistance, and they
Right.
are partying. They are trampling the nation on the foot, because they know that there's no opposition. So I think the U.S. now still stands strong as the greatest, most powerful nation in the world. If there was any willingness to solve that issue, I do believe in a week it could be solved.
But we need real diplomacy
But we need real, exactly. We
with
need
real
real diplomacy.
integrity.
You know, Haiti does not have a government you can count on right now. And there's a push that Haiti is a sovereign nation. We're the first independent nation, in the black nation in the Western Hemisphere, and all of that, so we don't need an intervention. No, that to me, that's vain talk. I mean, we need real diplomacy. We need a government that would say, hey, Haiti has a real problem, has a real crisis. Let's step in and help the Haitian people, help my uncle, help my dad, help my brothers who want to work and live in their country, help myself who'd like to go back and see my family, reestablish peace and order,
Right.
because that's ultimately what we want as Haitians.
And
Um,
that's an important fact, that many of the Haitians that are here with, and I would say that the great exception would be those who are here for the wrong reasons, who are looking for many of the entitlements that the United States provides to illegals. But there are so many who are also just like yourself, you're here in the United States, but you're here reluctantly. You would rather be at home in Haiti, helping to build uh, rebuild the nation uh, and society, um, but you can't do that because
hey,
the situation is just too dangerous.
exactly, exactly. And my wife's here. Hey, babe, you're gonna meet Pastor Brian. We've been recorded, so, but yeah, here she is. I mean, she knows it. She's, as an American, she's suffered as well.
Hello.
Because she wanted to be in Haiti. We had a ministry. I mean, we felt established, but yeah, the last few years have been really hard for us. Trying to determine where home is. Our children. I mean, even though they were young when we left, I mean, the hard thing is we never left. We were just uprooted, not being able to return because of how things had gone out of hands. So ultimately, I mean, now fourth one, I mean, he hears his sibling talk about Haiti. He'd like to go back. He'd like to go see, grandpa and grandma, but we can't. So it is a real a concern. It is a real crisis. I mean, those people are really seeking a refuge. But again,
You
the process, the way it's being done, I don't think is fair to you, to your community. And I think, your city council should not just let it be. I mean, people need to be properly vetted. People need to be, contribute to, the development of your
So
community.
when
And
you see things like what we see happening, I think it's Venezuelan immigrants in Aurora,
right?
and then in Springfield, Ohio,
Mm.
it's actually Haitian immigrants, and you've seen some of that firsthand.
Yeah,
Mm.
I have.
And
Again,
how does that make you um, as a Haitian feel?
it hurts. It hurts. I hate it. Translator to help with the mission teams that were coming.